Welcome back to Nostalgianomics. No, the title and thumbnail are not clickbait. Yes, the rumors are true. Rudy of Alpha Investments has purchased a majority stake in a competing card grading company. This is almost certain to be a massive disruption in the card grading space. So I thought we could take a look at what was said in his announcement, the company he did purchase majority stake in, and then kind of compare it to the companies he's going to be competing against and get an idea of what this means for the future of card grading in the TCG and Pokemon hobby. Before we do that, though, I do have to give a quick shout out to today's brand new channel sponsor, Shag Sports Cards. And Shag said, Alex, let's give it all away. I said, all right, let's do it, but let's do it big. This is Nostalgianomics after all. He said, all right, let's do it big. So we're going to be giving away full booster boxes for the weeks to come. We're starting out with Lost Origin. That's right. You're going to get a full Lost Origin booster box, 100% factory sealed, authentic, shipping paid for. All you got to do, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and of course, comment on the video. And courtesy of Shag Sports Cards and Nostalgianomics, you could win a free Lost Origin booster box. And again, more to come. So make sure to do that. I'll give it a few days before we announce the winner so everyone has a chance to watch the video and subscribe, like, and comment. As far as Shag Sports Cards goes, guys, they're in the Nostalgianomics Discord, unofficial top-rated seller. Everyone who's dealt with them has had fast shipping, very well-protected shipping on their items, very good price. They're easy to deal with. Here's their website. I'll leave a link in the description. Here's what you're looking at, guys. Here's the kind of pricing and the products they have. I mean, they got Lost Origin cases and boxes, Silver Tempest cases and boxes, a bunch of other products. They already got the Crown Zenith reprint out. They already got Paradox Rift to buy, 151 to buy. So make sure to check out Shag Sports Cards. They are great people to do business with. I'm going to go ahead and not share my screen for a second because I don't want to share Alpha Investments Patreon, but I will read what was said. So Rudy said, Alpha Investments has acquired 69% ownership. That's funny how he did that. That's good. That's good, Rudy. In PCG, Premier Card Grading. Over the last 6 months, Rudy said, I spent countless hours moving, setting up, and building a Florida location for PCG in the U.S. So it seems like he's already moved operations down with him in Florida. So he probably wants, more control. The reason I bought into PCG is because I believe in the company. They grade accurately and fairly. Channel Fireball and Card Shop Live, those guys, they were unable to meet those standards and are no longer involved with PCG in any way. I want to take PCG and expand it, Rudy says. I want to go after PSA and BGS, which I got a kick out of that. He mentions PSA and BGS by name, but conveniently leaves out CGC because he knows they're no competition. He knows they're digging their own grave in the trading card community. So no CGC competition. PCG has internationally graded over 50,000 cards worldwide. So guys, I know that sounds like a lot, but it's kind of minuscule compared to the big guys, but Rudy's at the helm now. He's running things. I expect that number to grow exponentially in the weeks, months, years to come. He believes in PCG on a large scale, and he also thinks that we need a company that grades consistently and accurate. And he goes on to say a few more things, but that's pretty much the base behind it. So I'm going to close out of his Patreon. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen now. This is the other grading card companies. All right. Now, SGC, they're kind of more of a sports card grading company. They're not really used as much in the TCG world. So really it's PSA, Beckett, and yes, CGC right now. Now, CGC is doing some funny things. They're going through a lot of issues. You're going to see this crazy 52% growth number in August, but I think I'm speculating they're probably using those 9.5s they're creating into 10s as actual graded cards to kind of pump their numbers because you can see they're actually 38% down for the year. And so I don't really know what's going with CGC, but these are kind of the competition that Rudy's going to be going after. Now, look, these guys grade 75,000 a month in Beckett, 106,000 for CGC, which whatever those numbers are, if they're real or not. SGC, 118K a month. And then PSA, the big dog, 1.23 million per month. Just really kind of all these guys are kind of in their wake. So Rudy's company's only done 50,000 total, which these guys are doing more than that per month and exponentially more per month. So Rudy's got his work cut out for him. However, Rudy's got a crazy amount of influence, a crazy amount of following, and a huge expertise in this industry as a whole. So I do expect him to completely turn that business around and, have a lot of growth. So we're going to see what happens with PCG. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look at the company. Here's their website. Very professional looking website. First thing I'm going to tell you, they have metal labels, which is awesome. They have metal engraved labels that go onto your plastic, which is pretty cool. Here's what the labels look like. They're labels. Nothing like jumps out at me on the labels. I do like how they do offer subgrades. It's always nice to have subgrades. So that's cool. I like that. We'll come back to the pricing in a minute. I did want to call this out, though. This is one thing I saw I didn't really like. I don't like the 0.5 grades. I don't think anyone really does. I don't know anyone who actually wants to buy 0.5 grades. I think they're really just bought as a way to kind of, make a margin. People will see a clean card in a 0.5, 8.5, or a 9.5, and they'll say, I think I can crack this, grade it with someone else, and get the 9 or get the 10 and make a good margin there. I don't know anyone actually collecting the 0.5 grades unless they're completionists. They just have to have every grade. So I don't know if Rudy's going to do anything about that. I also did see this. Pristine 10, Pristine 10. It's a different label. Obviously, this is all 10 subgrades. This is not all 10 subgrades, but I don't know if Rudy's going to change up, if they're both going to be Pristine 10 still or not. Still to be known. And then they label 9.5s as gem mint, which I don't know if I really agree with that being a gem mint. We're going to see what Rudy does, but that's some things I saw already that I don't really agree with. But here's the pricing. First off, you don't have to be in any type of membership. You don't have to sign up for a membership, which is a plus. A second plus I saw, no max values. Let me repeat that. No max values on any of their tiers, which is a huge plus. You don't have to worry about getting upcharged and worrying about what your cards are worth. No. All that BS is out. Now, this is just authentication for $12.95 a card, which, it can be used. I never really use it, but that's just to authenticate your card. If you want it graded with bulk, you need 50 plus cards. It's $14.95. So you need a little more cards than PSA, needs. The pricing is right there with PSA at basically $15 a card. The turnaround time is 6 to 8 weeks, a little better than PSA, I guess a little worse than CGC, you could say right now. But you do get subgrades and you do get metal etched labels, which is pretty cool. And then it moves up to their standard rate, which brings it down to 2 to 4 weeks, which is extremely fast for a $20 tier. Again, no max values, and you do get the subgrades. And then their last one is the Express, which you get 1 to 4 days, which is insane for a $50 tier. I mean, that's amazing for that price with that time frame. Again, no max value, and you do get the subgrades and the metal label. So overall, very competitive. Actually, for what you get at a lot of these tiers, it's a lot better than what the other grading companies can offer. Will that change if the influx of cards, happens? Possibly, but looks great right now. So overall, PCG looks like a great company. Let's compare it to some other companies. All right. Here's PSA. Here's their tiers. So with PSA, you do need a membership if you want to access those collector club bulk tiers. So you do have to pay a $100 membership fee. Now, that does open you up to these bulk tiers. However, they cap you at $199 cards for the 15 and $499 cards for the 19. Now, do they always upcharge? Can you scoot some past them? Yeah, you can. But there is always that chance to get upcharged. Also, I believe they only have a $20 minimum on these bulk tiers, which is less than 50, which is nice. And obviously, PSA is the most trusted. Their cards go for the most on the secondary market. It's a good place to be. Now, they do have higher tiers where you don't have to have a membership for, where you will pay more. So, 25, 40, all the way up to 600. You're going to see, though, I mean, look, turnaround time, 3 days, 5 days. To get these kind of turnaround times, you're paying 150 plus, where, with PCG, you're only paying $50, which that's nice. So, again, it's not as trusted yet, but if Rudy turns that company around and gets it to become a trusted grading company and their price structure stays the same and their turnaround time stay the same, that could be a very real problem for these other grading companies. Let's look at Beckett. So Beckett, on their main website, let's go to their grading and non-sports cards. So their pricing structure looks like this. Collector special, right? So for their collector special, I don't believe you have to sign up for a membership with Beckett either. You can for additional deals, but you don't have to. So if you want a subgrade card, right, like PCG, you want the subgrades, you got to pay 18. If you just want a regular graded card, no subgrades, you can get it down to 16. Still more than PSA or PCG. All right. Turnaround time, 60 plus business days. That's like a PSA turnaround time. Okay. So a little worse than PCG, about what PSA is at. They also have a max value of 400. So a little higher than PSA's lowest rank, a little lower than their $19 bulk. But I mean, guys, again, I don't like that. I don't like how you have to declare your value or have a max value. That's one thing I do like about the PCG company. There's no max value things to try to work around. So I don't like that about Beckett. And then, when you move up, you can go up to the base where, ups the card cost, but there's no maximum value. Then you can get to 40 and 140. Now, you're going to notice even up to $40, it's still 10 to 20 business days. You got to get to $140 priority to get to that 2 to 5 business day with, again, PCG was $50, which is awesome. So again, Beckett, same thing with Beckett. They don't really have the same resale value as PSA. They're not as liquid as PSA unless you hit the black label or sometimes the pristine. Anything lower than those two grades, they're a lesser company to PSA. Lesser grade, a lesser card is what it is. You're basically, playing the lottery and hoping you get that black label or even that pristine grade with them, and you are paying more for it. So, I'm not sure how I feel about Beckett. I think PCG actually stands up pretty well to Beckett on that. And then you got CGC, right? The Cabal Grading Company, the bottom tier in my mind, but let's look at them anyway. They're not even a competition in Rudy's mind. He doesn't even name them by name, but let's look at them. So they got, you guys sign up for their membership if you want the better pricing. If you don't want to sign up for their membership, you don't have to, but you are going to pay full price. Their membership. So basically, it's kind of like PSA. They have a $250 max value on their bulk, $12 per card, and it's 40-day turnaround. Or you can step into economy where it's $1,000 max per card, $15 a card, 20-day turnaround, and you can step up and pay a little more, to get there 5 days, $50, pretty similar to PCG. Then you can get the unlimited, pay a whole bunch and get it in 3 days. However, again, CGC, they are making mistake after mistake. Their cards are, very illiquid now. They are going for less and less. And overall, I just don't like them as a company. So I don't really even compare them. Obviously, Rudy didn't even mention them, so he didn't really compare them as a competition. So that kind of says it all. But that's kind of how CGC compares. So when we go back to PCG, we can kind of see their pricing structure and their turnaround times are as good or better, really better than any other of the major card grading companies. So really, all it's about is if people like the cases, like the metal labels, and if the market can be swayed to start to trust PCG grades as what Rudy says, fair and accurate and consistent. It's yet to be seen. But if anyone in this community can do it, I think Rudy can. Guys, Alpha Investments, Rudy as a personality, I get it. He's hilarious, he's goofy, but he's super knowledgeable. He's been in this industry as longer than pretty much anyone else that pretty much talks about this stuff online has been. His expertise kind of goes across every different TCG in this hobby. He's got the influence. He's got the following behind him to get the word out about this. He's got the connections in this industry. And so for me, I see a huge upside for PCG in the days to come. Now, I'm not telling you to dump everything else, go all in, grade with them, only buy PCG cards. Rudy's going to be the king. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we haven't really seen an influencer like this take over a grading company and, or someone like this with that much knowledge take over a grading company and kind of turn it around or see where he can take it. So it's definitely something we need to pay attention for. I'm definitely going to have updates on how well PCG does. But it's definitely something to look at. It's definitely something to stay knowledgeable about and stay in tune with because, I expect good things to come. So more power to Rudy. Congratulations on his stake and good luck, Godspeed with this new venture. I can't wait to see what happens. Guys, as I said before, make sure to check out Shagdown Sports Cards. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment to have a chance to win a free Lost Origin booster box. Other than that, my name's Alex. This is Nostalgianomics, and I will be back here in a new video soon. I'm out.